Hello, everybody. I'm a practicing therapist and I'm also a doctoral student of psychology. Today, I wanted to go over how to reattract a woman who has lost interest in you. So, I've had a lot of calls with you guys, and so the ones who have had a call with me, you kind of already know some of these techniques because we've talked about it. And if anyone wants a call with me, that's pinned in the comment section, or you can join our group, either one. The first one is do not over communicate. Communicating is very important. However, over communicating can sometimes fluster people. And especially if someone who you want to reattract, you want to show that your communication skills are direct and clear. But when I mean particularly over communicate, if you are talking about something or trying to ask her about something, you want to keep it very short so that she doesn't get emotionally flooded, okay? And so when someone is losing interest in you or has lost interest in you, it doesn't necessarily mean there is no interest or it's starting at a place of no connection at all, right? The lack of losing interest or someone who's feeling detached or you're seeing someone hot and cold, this means there is some interest, but there are things that need time for them to process. And so when you over communicate, it makes that processing speed slow down. And it's harder for her to show the interest that she may have if you are flooding her with more information. And so keep communication concise, okay? The next one is this might not fit for every case, but because I've been having calls with a lot of you guys, these are some of the things that I've compiled just to help. And I would say when you're frustrated about something, do not express it as anger during the conversation or even towards her or other people. Don't express too much anger because and you're allowed to have anger, but the reason why I bring that up particularly in this case is when you're trying to reattract her, again, anger is a heavy emotion and that can make her feel flooded. But express it and reframe it as disappointment. It doesn't even have to be towards her. She can be in the area and you're upset about something. Say something more along the lines of, that did not go as planned. I'm pretty disappointed about that. I need some time to process it. You can say that rather than, I'm so angry. Our manager is terrible. He's such a difficult guy. That'll make her feel a little bit pushed back by you. And in particular, if it's towards her, I don't imagine you guys will be doing this, but in case it does happen, rather than expressing direct anger towards her, frame it as disappointment. I expected you to show up during this time. We had already planned this. I get it. Let me know if you want to reschedule. I'm a little disappointed, so I need a moment to myself, but you can contact me earlier next week. Something along those lines to show some discipline for yourself, right? You're emotionally disciplined. Disappointment is allowed to, like, you can have anger and disappointment, but when you express too much anger at a person, it shows that your emotional regulation might be a little bit overwhelming. Anyone can feel anger at any point, but I want her to feel more interest in you, and I don't want that emotion to push her away. That's the main reason why we're talking about this, okay? The next one is you want to re-engage in social circles and meeting new people. So if you guys are, I don't know, you guys are in a group together, anything like that, any sort of setting, and you are in the area where maybe she's, I don't know, pulling away from you for whatever reason. Go in that same situation, meet new people so that she can see that you are a safe person, because safety is really important. I've had calls with you and told you this. Safety is a very important reason why women either pull away or get closer to you. If she feels safe with you and you're meeting new people, she feels like other people have vetted you out and she can see that you're not as bad as what she's afraid of. And women are a lot more cautious about pretty much everything, right? My significant other kind of makes fun of me in a playful way about how cautious I am with everything. I mean, you guys even say, like, I'm too cautious. I tiptoe around everything. Yeah, I need to work on that. But definitely, I think it's natural, a little bit more common with women. And so you guys might not have any idea what this even feels like. Like, you guys are usually cautious if something happens to you, and you get really cautious about very particular cases. And some men are like that, where they're just cautious in general. But women, I feel, are so cautious because of the size of, like, you know, we're smaller, our voices are not as loud. It's just more difficult in a lot of situations. And I'm not saying men have no reason to be cautious as well. Please don't take it like that. What I'm saying is that a lot of women, even if you're a perfectly safe guy, she might still be concerned about you being if she's safe around you, even if you did nothing wrong. Because maybe another guy did something to her, or maybe she's just afraid of the potential of what you could do to her. Not that you would. And so meeting other people while she's watching you do it can be really helpful. But even if she's not there, still meet other people, grow a strong social circle so that you can have a lot of, like, it's almost like social proof that you're a safe guy, but also so that you can connect with other people and build your social skills. The next one is about apologies. Okay. So it depends on who you are. Some of you guys don't apologize at all. And that is a little bit, you need to probably apologize a little bit. And then some of you over apologize. And so any apology that you have, you want to keep it very concise. But even if you don't want to apologize, do the action of what you feel like you need to apologize for. Let's just say I don't know, you did lose your temper and you said something you probably shouldn't have said. You can say, hey, I apologize for saying that. I hope that you can believe me. Anything like that. But keep it concise and then do the action of making sure to not do that again. You can even say, you can hold me to it. If you guys are in a relationship, you can hold me to it as kind of a common one. I don't want, I'm not going to do that again. If I do anything that crosses a boundary or makes you upset, let me know, hold me to it, but you have my word. But when you apologize, keep it concise, but do that action as soon as you can, not just to prove it to her, because it's really not about that. It's to prove it to yourself. When you show yourself that you're an accountable person, these types of things are attractive, which is going to re-attract her, but it also makes you seem like you have a lot going for yourself. Like, it does show you have higher self-esteem. People who are able to take action for themselves and want to change shows that you are invested in yourself, right? We as people, we are an investment of our own self. You're investing in yourself. Example being when you are investing in your education, you're taking more courses. Perhaps for me, licensing, we have like continuous education. We can pick the continuous education we want, and that invests further in our career. We're investing in those things. We're putting time into it. When you are a human being, right? Anything that you do for yourself is an investment to your future self. And so by you taking action for what maybe you feel guilty about, it can really help her to feel like you're a valuable person. The next one is you want to communicate directly in general, okay? Not just with her, but just in general. It's something to keep in mind and work on. The next one is in conversations with her. A lot of you guys struggle with this one. Talk about things that are going on in your life, particularly positive things, not complaining and not focusing heavily on her conversation or about her because you feel like you have nothing to add. A lot of you guys, at least the ones that, and I've told you this, I pointed out, if you've had a call with me, you guys are really like not feeling like anyone would want to listen to you, or you're just like very, I guess, chill or detached, and you're not really sharing things about yourself. But women really like that intimate connection of conversation. I know guys are not like that, and I know that's it might be difficult for you at first, but talk about yourself, what you did for hunting, what you plan to do for Memorial Day, what your plans are this weekend, what you and your buddy are doing next month. Talk about that. Not only does it build a profile of who you are as a person, you're safe, you have a lot going for yourself, but also gives her the safety to know you as a person. And the next one is you want to set reasonable boundaries. You don't want to set too strict boundaries or too harsh boundaries, but you want to set reasonable boundaries that you feel that you can continue to do so. The issue with people who set too strict boundaries is at one point they start bending those boundaries because they're not, people are avoiding them because of how strong their boundaries are. So they're starting to bend their boundaries, but then people will start thinking your boundaries were never serious, so they don't take you seriously. I hope this video is helpful to somebody. Please like, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.